Hello again. I'm really excited for this week. We have decided to review Insurgent by Veronica Roth. Let me just start off by saying that I hated Divergent. I had so many friends talking about Divergent and making it sound like it was just amazing. People telling me that they would like to teach it in their classrooms. People talking about how good it was. After reading Divergent, I swore off the series because I couldn't connect to Tris, and I just kind of lost interest in it. There's no better way to say it. But then I went to the movie theater and I saw Divergent, and surprisingly, I loved it. I thought it translated so much better into film. I hadn't read the book in a while, so I didn't remember a whole lot of what happened. I mean, I kind of had a general idea, but going and then having that cliffhanger ending in the movie was really exciting. Like I said, we are reading Insurgent. You can even see that. I have the movie cover version that came out after the original because I bought it secondhand and didn't care enough to make sure that my covers matched because I never thought that I was going to even finish the series. It's young adult sci-fi dystopia romance. It was published in May of 2012. Insurgent is the second book in the Divergent series. It is told in first person. The story starts off exactly where Divergent left off. Tris and Four are in this dystopian post-apocalyptic version of Chicago where they're involved in a conflict between factions. Tris, a Divergent, is dealing with post-traumatic stress and the inability to forgive herself for actions that she took in the previous novel. She's also dealing with the loss of her family, some of her friends. She's trying to figure out who she is, and she's trying to figure out what her place in the world is and what actions she needs to take to ensure that maybe someday the conflict can be resolved. As she's struggling to figure this all out, she's dealing with more heartache and betrayal, and it's sort of a non-stop fight for survival throughout the book. Now on to the grading. So for readability, I give it a 5 out of 5. It is pretty easy to read. Character development and relatability, I gave that a 4 out of 5. And so in this, I'm mostly focusing on Tris and Four because we learn a lot about both of them. Specifically Tris. I was able to connect with her this time more than last, and you kind of learn later on in the book about her brain and why she acts the way she does, why she responds the way she does to certain situations. And it was really interesting. And I just felt that she was much more relatable this time. Plot, I give it a 3 out of 5, just because it's not necessarily something that I've seen before, but kind of drags along sometimes, and I think that has to do with the length of it. I think it's a cool concept, but I don't really see anything particularly special about it, so I just give it a 3. Cover art, let's take a look at it again. I have the movie cover art, and I think it's awesome. I give it a 4 out of 5. I don't have a copy of the previous cover, but I really love this movie cover. Like, it looks awesome. Writing style. So, like I said before, it's written in first person, Tris's point of view, and I think, unlike last week when we reviewed Item Number 4 and that felt really weird and it didn't feel very well done, I thought Veronica Roth did a much better job. She still did really well with descriptions, and I think that because Tris is so aware of her surroundings, that helped with description and helped us kind of understand what was going on. Even though she's not always a super reliable narrator, she still gave us a lot more than we got from 4 last week. And then my enjoyment, while I would have given Divergent a 1 for enjoyment, I gave Insurgent a 3 out of 5. I actually thought it was much better than the first book. Just the character development and the relatability, I think that's what really changed things for me. So I did like it a lot more. So if you average that out, it comes to like 3.7 or something like that. So I'm just gonna round up and say that my total score for this book is a 4 out of 5, which really surprises me in a good way. Like, I'm really pleased that I like it. So that's it for Insurgent. For next week, we're kind of stepping out of young adult. And we are going to be reading Outlander, which is the first in a series of I don't know how many books. But I'm excited to get into it. It's super long, but I've heard a lot about it, and my mom's obsessed with it and the TV show, and I think it'll be cool to be able to, for her to have somebody to talk to about it. So I'm really excited. So I will see you next week with that, and that's it for now. Thanks for watching. As always, if you have any suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comments section. If you have any suggestions for how to make this any better, just let us know, and we will see you next week. Thanks.